Tell me, am I getting something wrong here? Now, think about this for a moment. We know that the situation is very heated over there in the Middle East. That's what they call it, the Middle East. You and I that are informed, we know better. We know what that land is. But it is amazing because I'm sitting here watching this RT reporter, and he's doing a very good job. He's getting to the real issues. He's not taking either side, but yet he's very forthcoming and pretty much belligerent in defining what's really truly trying to go on here. But it's amazing. If the Zionists bomb Gaza and kill Palestinians, it's never called terrorism. But if the Palestinians bomb the Zionists, they're called a terrorist organization. Who's doing all this defining here? I mean, after all, I live in America. I'm a veteran of 10 years. And I'm not deceived, nor am I biased. I call truth just like I see it. And I'm watching America literally raise hell all over the globe. You know how many children have died at the American drones? The hands of American drones. Somebody sitting back playing like you're playing a video game, Call of Duty or something with a joystick. And how many people that had nothing to do with these wars are dying every single day? Do I believe we're going to see this in our backyard? You better believe I believe we're going to see this in our backyard. And I think that if we don't prepare, then you're going to live to regret it, and your children are going to regret it if you live through this. But it looks like to me that our country is terrorizing the whole world. We need to start really truly looking at this thing for what it really is and stop being blinded by the fact that we're over here across this pond. Those Palestinians don't have the same firepower as the Israelis do. And I'm amazed at how the West wants to do everything they can to so-called, quote-unquote, keep Iran from having a nuclear bomb. They exist as a country. They have a right to defend themselves. They can build all the nuclear bombs they want, in my personal opinion. If Israel has a nuclear bomb, then they can have one. What's the problem? What it will do is keep both of them honest, knowing that at any given time, that both of them can be blown off the map. We're going to have war. You people need to get out of this mentality where you think that war is being ever since the beginning of time. And there's always been what they call, quote unquote, collateral damage. People live, people die. It's just a fact of life. But I tell you one thing. I would tell you this. I think that they have a right, Iran and all those countries over there, each one of them, to their own nuclear bomb. Why come we're not raising sand? Because Israel has a nuclear bomb. I believe that every country has the right to defend themselves, because it's one of the things that was created in our heart. It's called self-preservation. And you know just as well as I do, look at America's history. Can you really trust anything that the American government has ever said? They have jacked every single country, including the Europeans. Ask the French about our diplomacy. Ask them. We can't be trusted. History proves it out. History proves it out that if you out there and you live in another country and you trust one word that these American politicians have said, if they come to your country seeking diplomacy, seeking to try to get together and have a treaty, you better get ready. You had better get ready to be betrayed and get jacked, because we're coming after you. That's our history. And next week, we're getting ready to celebrate in this country what America calls Thanksgiving. Now, I'm not blinded to the fact. I understand that when you go to public food, that they purposely keep history from you here in America. because they want to condition your mind to think a certain way. And they're not about to tell you the truth. While America is celebrating the lie of Thanksgiving because they don't know. And even if you tell them the truth, they do like this. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know, Americans have this uncanny ability to love lies and hate truth. But the people that are native to this land right here, and I'll say it again, Columbus never even stepped foot on this land. And let's just say if he did, which he didn't, how can you discover a land that was already inhabited? What kind of mindset is this? But the American Indians is what we call them. They're going to be celebrating the National Day of Mourning. You need to go look that up. Most of you didn't know that when the Europeans called Americans was sitting down with the Indians while they was peace piping and everything else with them, all the time they had murder in their hearts. How they were going to kill these tribes, rape the women, jack this land from them, and put them on reservations. The Indians never suspected that. They didn't think that. They was warned though to make no league with these people. And that's the university of the painful truth. And of course, I know many of you, you're going to go and you're going to have your family get together and you're going to carve up some big turkey and you're going to be thanking God that you got this country. Now wait a minute. What are the Indians going to be thanking God for? Because I promise you, I don't think that the Indians would shed a tear if every single American were destroyed. I mean, after all, what's left of them? Maybe 5% of their population after that great genocide? So you're asking me, how do I correlate this? Well, see, I'm not blinded by American politics, nor am I blinded by American history, even though I fought for this country. But the truth is very painful. And usually when truth comes, it convicts us. And we don't like that conviction. So we translate that conviction as condemnation and guilt. And so we fight against that. And we're really truly fighting against the truth. We're fighting, there's an inward war going on within ourselves. So you look at what's going on. Get a map, look at a map, go Google the map of that land that they call Israel, that whole area and territory over there. And look and see how much these Israelis have occupied, and look and see how much the Palestinians have been just all but driven out of the land since 1948, because that nation was created by Great Britain and the United States in 1948 under the League of Nations. And you tell me who the genocide is being perpetuated against. I know that many of you are blinded. You're blinded by ignorance. I know you are, because it's unpopular for you to hear the painful truth. But when we look at, and when I look at and I see what's going on over in that land, I see the same thing that has gone on here in this land called Ashtaroth, that we have learned to call America. I see the same genocide taking place over there in that land. Now, people can dress it up. You can hate it all you want. But one thing about it is, you can have your opinion, but your opinion is not fact. And that is the truth. And we're all entitled to our opinion, but we're not all entitled to our own facts. You cannot define history based on mental assent. You got to go back and just look at the truth for what it is, if you have the spirit of truth in you. I know it's painful. I know it's painful to know that you've been lied to all of your life. I know it is. You're going to find out what type of quality and character you have in you as a man or a woman anytime you're faced with truth. One thing truth does is it comes down and it gets in front of you like a 2-ton heavy stick.